What is up, the interweb? It is your boy Johnny here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Now, today, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to ask y'all a question. What is your definition of a hero? To me, I feel like a hero, it's a very like sticky question. You know, it's a very broad topic. But one definition is somebody who like sacrifices everything to save somebody, who puts their life on the line to save somebody. And I feel like it would be better if I gave you an example. So my example of a hero, yes, people could say Superman, people could say Spider-Man, two excellent examples. My example that I would give somebody is Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia. I feel like this is the prime perfect example of what it means to be a hero. So if you don't know, Izuku Midoriya started off as, you know, this quirkless child, you feel me? Started off with this quirkless child. He inherited a quirk from the #1 pro hero, All Might, and then from there he trained and trained and trained. He eventually became the strongest in his class, but through that he was also being a very caring person. He never wanted to leave anybody behind. He always wanted to save people at the cost of himself. He will literally put his, when he was first beginning like getting his quirk, it would damage his body. Not even first, like genuinely throughout his entire time having his quirk, it would like damage his body. He would like break limbs and it would be very painful. And so one of the first instances that really like got me like low-key like locked in on his character was when he fought Muscular. When he was saving, I want to say his name was Koichi, I don't really remember, but it was a little boy who was about to get killed by this guy, this villain. And Deku, knowing that he couldn't really beat this guy, he went in and decided to do it anyway. He put his life on the line to save this kid, and through that he persevered. He unlocked like 1,000,000%, which was just like what he called it, but it was basically him going plus ultra, and it was amazing. It was amazing. It meant so much because he put his life on the line. He risked his life to save this one person, and that's like what it means to be a hero, you know. And there's multiple instances of this, even when he's, you know, outlawed from UA. People think he's a danger. He's on his vigilante arc. He literally, that the way that he looks like Springtrap basically, and that doesn't stop him from saving people. That doesn't stop him at all. He literally puts himself in harm's way to save people, and there's multiple instances of this throughout the story. When he had a fight with Lady Nagant, I'm just throwing out a bunch of random things, spoilers for everything for the whole series, but you should know that. So when he was having a fight with Lady Nagant, he had like injured his arm, and he also had injured her arm. And so with this, showing that they were still on equal footing after Lady Nagant had kind of like fallen a bit, All For One, you know, self-destructed her, I guess, kind of trying to like take her out, and he grabbed her arm. He grabbed her arm, the broken like gun arm, and he also used his damaged arm to grab it to show that they were both hurting, that he was both like, you know, he was extending that towards her, saying that like she didn't lose, or basically, you know, being compassionate in a way. Let's see. There's really so many other instances, but like what it means to be a hero for me, like I've said, is to put yourself on the line, like on the front line, to try to save somebody, to try to be good, to better yourself, to better the world. And the more that I think about this, more the wider the spectrum is, like on the complete opposite side, like to save, you are risking yourself to save the world. And then like it just made me think of a parallel, kind of like a parallel to Eren, how Eren was willing to, this is a complete side note, sidetrack everything, Eren was trying to like flatten the world to save his friends. But I feel like Deku would have tried to find a way to like make all that happen. But two completely different animes, two completely different verses, all of that. Yeah. I really do like My Hero because in the beginning, or at least like you know, it fleshes out so many different characters, so many different so many different circumstances of how even in this society, how the justice system fails, how the police, how society like fails a lot of people. And I love that. And you still see heroes or students at this point. The students are better than the pro heroes. Students trying to rise up and shift the narrative of you know, trying to build something better. I don't know exactly what they're called, but with Shoji was hated on, discriminated against because of the way that he looked, because of him and his appendages. They like cut him, they did all these terrible things to him, and he still chose the side of good because he seen that like becoming evil wouldn't have benefited him or his people. So he still chose to save people regardless of what he'd been through. And I think that right there is another crown principle of what it means to be a hero, that you take everything that you've been through, all your situations, and turn it into something positive. That's why I truly believe, like, if I ever got superpowers, I couldn't be a hero. And it's not on like no self, like, oh, I'm a goody two shoes or anything like that, but it's like you have the option to save the world, you have the options to save people. You know, that's just who I am. You feel me? I would just be a hero. And I want to say to some degree, Bakugo is like, everybody exempts in UA for the most part what it means to be a true hero, and Bakugo has the most amazing character development. Probably, I want to say he has like my favorite character, the most amazing character development throughout the entire show. Even though his character didn't change, like his morals, his values, all that didn't change, it was just the way that he went about certain things, that he sort of like dealt with his own insecurities in a healthy manner, which made him such a more well-rounded person. This is what it means to be a hero. He risked his life for Midoriya. Literally, like he said, like, which was a parallel to Midoriya, how Midoriya risked his life to save Bakugo in the beginning, saying like his body just reacted and moved on its own. And that's what it means to me. Like, your body just reacted to try and save somebody, no matter the circumstance, no matter if you had powers or not, no matter if you could do it. That's what it means to be a hero, you feel me? And yeah, so then even still, this is spoilers for season 7. Right before Bakugo had died, he realized like he was coming into his quirk was awakening. He was coming into like a new version of himself, and so his body was hurting. You know, Shigaraki had like badly damaged his arm, and so at this point he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go all out, bro. And so even you thinking this, he thinks about Midoriya, and he's like, oh, is this what it meant? Is this what like you went through, you know, the pain and all that? I'm sitting here like the most beautiful episode of My Hero I've ever seen, 7-Eleven. Oh my gosh. And like fighting through that pain to beat evil, it's like a top characteristics, bro. Amazing, absolute peak. I'm definitely gonna be covering the next episode because that is gonna be another one for the history books, people. Another one of my favorite episodes. I seen the preview. Oh my gosh, it was amazing, fantastic, amazing, perfection. My Hero Academia, I think that is definitely a very good series. I know like a lot of animes get rushed in the end, and I feel like My Hero kind of fell victim to that. Oh my gosh. Kind of fell victim to that a little bit, but it's to be expected. Jujutsu Kaisen definitely fell victim to that. Or maybe it was the plan from the beginning. Who knows? Yeah. And yeah, so that's, I don't know where I was going with this, but that's my take on being a hero. Midoriya, Izuku Midoriya, Superman, Spider-Man, Nightwing, you know. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Journey, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next, I don't know what I'm doing. Ooh, excuse me, I don't know why I'm doing this, but my name is Journey, and I'll see all of you beautiful people in the next video. Oh my gosh, y'all are so beautiful.